Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wednesday night, a preview for another week of NFL action, NFL Week 15. Going to go through everyone's fantasy football questions, any gambling questions you may have. There's so many days of football coming up this week, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So here to help fantasy owners get through a playoff week. If you have fantasy questions, throw them in the chat. We're here to answer them. If you have questions on which games to pick, totals to play, player prop bets, we're here for it, answering your questions. Christian Kirk or Elijah Moore, I definitely prefer Christian Kirk no matter what. I would say Elijah Moore might be a nice play if Mike White is healthy, but no matter what in this one, I like Christian Kirk. Paris Campbell or Donovan Peoples-Jones, I think Paris Campbell could have a good game. The Colts are playing a secondary in the Vikings that's really poor against the pass, but I have to trust in Donovan Peoples-Jones just slightly more because I trust Deshaun Watson more than I trust Matt Ryan. So for that reason, I like Donovan Peoples-Jones. I prefer him, Ethan. Hi, Randy. Appreciate all of you guys joining us, answering questions on TikTok Live and on YouTube for NFL Week 15. If you have fantasy questions, gambling questions, we're here to help fantasy owners or NFL fans out. Who should I flex, Zay Jones, Singletary, or McKinnon? I would seriously consider McKinnon. The Chiefs are going up against the Texans defense that's the worst in the NFL, so I lean slightly towards McKinnon with Zay Jones being my number 2 out of those 3. Kenneth Walker Jr., the third, or Olave. I would go Olave going up against that Falcons secondary. Walker's banged up. He is expected to play, but I'd lean slightly away from Kenneth Walker the third this week, especially on a short week. Appreciate all of you joining us at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Every time we hit 1,000 likes, we'll do a poll question to just have some fun with you guys. Definitely hit that like button. Get us up to 1,000 likes. We'll do our first poll of the evening. J.K. Dobbins or Alvin Kamara. I'm leaning slightly towards J.K. Dobbins. Well, actually, we'll talk about him a little later in the show once we get up to one of our poll questions. Dak Prescott, Justin Fields, or Trevor Lawrence. I'm gonna lean slightly towards Dak Prescott. I know Justin Fields could have a big day in the running game, but against the Eagles, I feel like they're going to be aware of that. Dak Prescott needs to kind of have a bounce back week after a bit of an ugly game against the Houston Texans, and he's going up against the Jaguars, so I think there will be an opportunity to do it. So Alex, I would go Dak Prescott. After I answer your question, make sure you hit that like button, and of course subscribe and follow us at Fumble Sports. Hit that subscribe button and follow us. Foreman or Kenneth Walker III. I lean slightly towards Deontay Foreman. The Carolina Panthers are playing a Steelers team that is decent against the run, but I think Foreman's proven now that he's reliable, and Kenneth Walker III just concerned about his injuries. Appreciate all of you joining us. Make sure you follow us and subscribe at Fumble Sports. Niners or Commanders defense. I'm going to lean towards the Commanders defense. The Niners will be going on the road. They've been really good this year, but I think Geno Smith could have a decent game. And the Commanders, they are coming off a bye week. They just played the Giants before the bye, so I expect the Commanders defense to be a better play up against Daniel Jones. McKinnon or Montgomery this week. Got to go with McKinnon. Chiefs going up against the Texans. I think that's a good opportunity. Make sure you follow us and hit that like button. Once we hit 1,000 likes, we'll do a poll and get your take on some of the things going down this week in NFL Week 15. A.J. Brown, St. Brown, Lamb, DK, or Lockett, pick 3. Okay, I like Lamb. I like A.J. Brown. And I'll lean slightly towards Lockett, just slightly towards Lockett over DK. Mostert or Jamal Williams. I'm going to check my notes. I got to go Jamal Williams. The Bills are a better defense against the run than the Jets are, so I'm going to lean just slightly towards Jamal Williams. Thoughts on Zonovan Knight this week? Don't expect a big game from him. As I just mentioned, the Bills are pretty good against the run, and I think that if the Miami Dolphins, or rather, what am I saying? The Jets are going up against the Detroit Lions. My bad. I think Zonovan Knight could have a really good game in that one, especially because the Jets are going to have to rely on the running game, whether Mike White plays or not. So Will the Jets make the playoffs? I actually think they will make the playoffs. I think it's going to be the Patriots who are on the outside looking in. I think the Patriots in those final 3 games against the Bengals, the Dolphins, and the Bills will lose at least 2, if not 3. Make sure you hit that like button after I answer your question. Once we get up to 1,000 likes, we'll do a poll. Tua or Purdy? I'm going to lean just slightly for me towards Tua. I'm not crazy about either one this week. My concern is Purdy is banged up, his first game on the road. I think the 49ers are going to rely on the running game in that one, where with Tua, I think it's going to have to be through the air if they're going to have success. So I lean just slightly towards Tua. Make sure you hit that like button. Once we hit 1,000 likes, we'll do a poll. Everett or Knox? I'm definitely going with Everett. I like all the Chargers wide receivers this week. Think Everett could have a really big game. Foreman or Kenneth Walker III? Foreman. Ingram versus Dallas or Kmet versus the Eagles? This is a bad matchup either way. Both of those defenses are good against tight ends. I lean just slightly towards Cole Kmet. I know Ingram's coming off a monster week, but the Dallas defense, I believe, is the #1 in fantasy against tight ends, where for me, it's got to be Cole Kmet against the Eagles. He's had good chemistry with Justin Fields, so I lean just slightly towards Kmet. Flex, Higgins or Garrett Wilson? For me, it's all about the health of 2 players. T. Higgins, he's banged up. We'll see if he's healthy enough to go. But it's on the other side, is Mike White healthy? If Mike White is healthy, I would lean just slightly towards Garrett Wilson. But if Mike White isn't a start, I would go with Higgins. I feel like both players could have decent games. Mark Andrews or Ingram? Okay, I know I just said I'm not crazy about Ingram's matchup this week, but I'm not crazy about the Ravens offense in any way. I'm fading Mark Andrews. I'm fading everything other than J.K. Dobbins this week when it comes to the Baltimore Ravens. So in that case, I'd go Ingram over Mark Andrews, Kyle. Ingram, Chark, Etienne, or Deontay at the flex? I would go, wow, that's a tough one because DJ Chark's going up against a good Jets defense. I'm going to lean just slightly towards Etienne, just barely Etienne in that flex spot. Appreciate all of you joining us. Make sure you hit that like button and follow us at Fumble Sports on TikTok and on YouTube. Rashad White or Donovan Peoples-Jones, half PPR. I'm going to lean slightly towards that. It's the half PPR that's making me think Rashad White will be the better play. I like Donovan Peoples-Jones. I expect the Baltimore defense to give up some passing yards and Deshaun Watson to take a step forward after 2 weeks of getting his feel back for the NFL. So I like Donovan Peoples-Jones in yardage, maybe in a touchdown, but I think Rashad White's going to get a lot of touches. So I'll lean just slightly towards Rashad White because the half PPR. Do you start Kenneth Walker III? I wouldn't this week. He's been banged up. The 49ers are the best NFL defense against the run. So for me, I'd sit him for another week. Waddle, Kenneth Walker III, Juju, or Rashad White, PPR. So in this one, it's between Waddle and White for me. As you just heard, I think Waddle could get a number of touches in this game and receptions. So that's a place I'd lean towards. You guys hit that magic number of 1,000 likes. That means we're going to do a quick poll. We'll do a poll around a player prop bet for this week. We'll start with one for Thursday Night Football. This one is about the San Francisco 49ers tight end, George Kittle. Will George Kittle have more than 41 receiving yards, or will he have 40 or less? 41 receiving yards or more, 40 receiving yards or less. That's what the poll is going to be about. So smiley face if you think he's going to get 41 yards or more. Crying face if you think he's going to get 40 yards or less. The over-under right now is set at 40.5 receiving yards. Let us know what you think. Here's our poll. Will George Kittle get 41 receiving yards or more? Smiley face yes, crying face no. Here's our first poll of the evening because we hit 1,000 likes. Will George Kittle get 41 receiving yards, yes or no? Smiley face yes, crying face no. What do you guys think? This is about Thursday Night Football, our first quick poll of the evening. Smiling face yes, crying face no. George Kittle will get at least 41 receiving yards against the Seattle Seahawks on Thursday Night Football. Let us know what you think. This first quick poll is about George Kittle of the San Francisco 49ers. Let us know what you think. Smiling face, 41 yards or more. Crying face, under. What do you guys think? Appreciate all you guys joining us. We can get to some better polls. If you like these polls and want us to do other ones, feel free to suggest some in the chat. Definitely up for it. You guys are along with me. I think George Kittle is going to get over 40.5 receiving yards. It's one of the player prop bets that I like for tomorrow night's Thursday night game. I think that Purdy is going to rely on Kittle, and the Seahawks are one of the worst defenses against the tight end position. So I think Kittle will have a big game. I could see him getting a touchdown as well. So you might want to be on him in a number of bets. Montgomery or Pacheco. I really like Pacheco this week going up against that Texans defense. Is Lazard a good start this week? Not crazy about him. Think he could be okay. I feel like there are other options you could go towards. Pick 2, Jamal Williams, Brian Robinson, Pacheco, or Kenneth Walker III. I really like Brian Robinson this week, and I really like Pacheco, so those are the 2 for me. Make sure you hit that like button, and of course, give us a follow at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Tyler Lockett or Christian Watson. I'm going to lean just slightly towards Lockett. I think Watson could have a good game, but if the Seahawks are going to do anything on Thursday night at home in a must-win game for them, I think it's going to have to be through the air, so I could see Lockett having a good game. Goddard to start if he returns. I'd like to see a week of production. I feel like there are other tight ends you could go to this week before you turn to him. Once he gets back on the field and he's healthy and you feel confident in him, he's a must start, but I'd like to see at least 1 week of him getting back into the fold. Do I think the Washington Commanders will make the playoffs? Yes, I do. I think they will. I think this week the Commanders will beat the New York Giants, and that'll make the difference ultimately in who gets in. Appreciate all of you joining us at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Make sure you hit that like button. Once we hit 2,000 likes, we'll do another poll. I'll put it about a game this week, and I'll give a game pick to go along with it once we do the poll. So hit that like button, get us up to 2,000 likes. And of course, we're answering fantasy football questions or any game pick or player prop bet questions you may have for NFL Week 15. We're here to help fans out in this pivotal time, whether you're a fantasy owner or in the final weeks of regular season betting. McKinnon this week, really like him going up against that Texans defense. Feel like he's a must play, whether it's in the flex position or even as an RB2. Flex Foreman or Donovan Peoples-Jones. I lean slightly towards Donovan Peoples-Jones, just slightly. Mike White or Deshaun Watson. I think Watson's going to have his best game of the season so far. Mike White, he's still getting himself, reconfigured after absolutely getting blasted by the Buffalo Bills. So I'm slightly concerned about his status. Given that Deshaun Watson's a definite start for the Browns, and White, I'm sure, is going to be at least questionable up until Sunday, I think Mike White's going to play, and he's going up against a Lions team that should give him opportunities. But I am a little concerned about his status for Sunday, so I lean towards Watson. We have a question coming in from YouTube. Mike Williams, Godwin, and Lockett can only start 2. I have to start Mike Williams. Mike Williams is a must start this week. That's a guarantee, and I'd actually lean towards Tyler Lockett. So it's Godwin I would sit, Mike Williams, and Lockett to start. That's what I would do. Kenneth Walker III, Pacheco, ETN, Devontae Smith, or Brian Robinson, pick 2. So for me, love Pacheco this week. Really like Brian Robinson. Those will be the 2 I'd go with. D-Hop or A.J. Brown. I feel like D-Hop is still a solid play, even with Colt McCoy throwing him the ball. That said, they're going up against the Denver Bronco defense, which is one of the best against the pass in the NFL. So it has to be A.J. Brown for me over D-Hop. Ramondre Stevenson or Kenneth Walker III. Well, you're running a bit of a risk. I don't know if Ramondre Stevenson's going to play this week. I don't know what his status has been. I'm curious to know. Patriots injury report this week. Let's check it out. By the way, Ramondre Stevenson didn't practice today. I would expect that he's going to miss this week. I would go with Kenneth Walker III, even though I'm not crazy about him. Christian Watson or Waddle. Oof. That's a tough one for me. I lean slightly towards Christian Watson. I feel like Waddle could have a good game, but I think Watson could get you a touchdown and something like 65, 70 yards, receiving yards on Monday Night Football against a Rams team that has to travel to Green Bay. Jets, Chargers, who sneaks into the playoffs? Well, curious to know the Chargers' remaining schedule. Appreciate all of you guys joining us. Make sure you follow us at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Once we get to 2,000 likes, we'll also do another poll. So the Chargers' remaining schedule, they've got the Titans, the Colts, the Rams, and the Broncos. You got to feel like they should win 3 of the remaining 4 games that they have. And then with the Jets have the Lions, the Jaguars, the Seahawks on the road, and the Dolphins on the road. You feel like they'll go 2-2. I could see both teams getting in because I think the Patriots are going to be the team on the out looking, on the inside. But so I could see both teams sneaking in. I think the Chargers have the better chance of those two, though. Make sure you follow us at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And of course, hit that like button. Once we hit 2,000 likes, we'll do another quick poll. It will be about the games this week. We'll pick a game and get your reaction to everything. Geno Smith or Justin Fields? Ooh, that's a tough one for me. I'll lean just slightly towards Justin Fields because I like what he can do in the running game against the Philadelphia Eagles. I think Geno could have a good passing game, but I think the 49ers defense is just better than the Eagles right now, just barely. San Francisco 49ers on the road with Brock Purdy, or the Seattle Seahawks at home in a must-win game for them. Which team wins? Let's go. Road team, smiley face. So the 49ers, smiley face, crying face is the home team, the Seahawks. Which team do you guys think wins Thursday Night Football? 49ers, smiling face, crying face, Seattle Seahawks. Let's do this poll. Which do you think wins tomorrow night? Smiling face, 49ers, crying face, Seattle Seahawks. Which team wins tomorrow night? Thursday Night Football, really big game in the NFC West and in the NFC playoff picture. Which team do you think wins? Smiling face, 49ers, crying face, Seattle Seahawks. This one's neck and neck so far. Which team do you think wins tomorrow? This isn't about cover. This is about straight wins. Who do you think wins tomorrow night? The 49ers? Put in that smiley face or crying face if you think of the Seattle Seahawks. We'll get back to your fantasy football questions in just a second. Just doing a quick poll because we hit 2,000 likes. Smiling face 49ers, crying face Seahawks. Which team do you think wins tomorrow night? Looks like the 49ers have it. I tend to agree with you. I like 49ers on the money line, but I do like the Seattle Seahawks to cover in this game. I think they will cover. I would buy the 1.5 and get it up to +4.5, +5. All right, we'll get back to your fantasy question. Answering all of your fantasy questions. Big week for fantasy football owners. Obviously, the first round of the playoffs. So let us know how you're doing and if you need help with your fantasy team. Pollard, Knight, or Foreman, only one. Got to start Tony Pollard. Geno or Deshaun Watson? I'm going to lean just slightly towards Deshaun Watson. Mike White or Watson? I'm going to lean just slightly towards Watson just because I'm concerned about Mike White's health. Okay, you're in a Survivor League. 4 people left. 4K. Wow. Okay, Browns, Chargers, or Washington? Ooh, okay. Fortunately, I feel like all 3 of those are going to win. The one I probably feel the best about, before I say anything, let's go to some trends to make sure I'm giving you great advice. So, when it comes to the Browns-Ravens, I wouldn't touch that game. I think the Browns will ultimately win, but I wouldn't touch it. Just a bit too much risk for me. So given that you're in a survivor pool, we don't want to risk it. Stay away from that game. The next one to look at is Tennessee Chargers. I feel really good about that game. I feel like that's probably your best one of the three. Yeah. Out of those three, I would take the Chargers right now. I know Washington is probably what a lot of people say, but I think that game is going to be a competitive one. I feel like the Chargers are going to win. Herbert's just going to throw a ton of yards. The problem is it means I'm trusting the Chargers, but to me it's between the Chargers and Washington, and I lean just slightly towards Chargers. Chargers have looked bad the last, looked really good the last few weeks, and Titans have looked terrible. All right, answering more of your fantasy football questions. Make sure you hit that like button once we answer your question, and of course, give us a follow at Fumble Sports. Pick 2, Purdy, Mixon, Aaron Jones. Well, for me, it's Mixon, Aaron Jones. I'm not big on Purdy this week. Dobbins or Montgomery, I would go with Dobbins. Pick 3, Zeke Elliott, Waddle, Pacheco, Evans, Amari Cooper. Okay, I'll go Zeke, I'll go Pacheco, and I'll go Amari Cooper. Those are my 3. Who to start at the flex? Mike Evans, J.K. Dobbins, Jerick McKinnon. I would go Jerick McKinnon this week. Mostert, Walker, Robinson, or McKinnon start 2. I would start Robinson and McKinnon. Kittle or Schultz, think both are going to have really good games. That's a tough one for me. I'll lean just slightly towards Kittle, but I think Schultz could have a big game as well. The reason I go towards Kittle is because fewer mouths to feed in San Francisco all of a sudden, where with the Cowboys, a lot of options, especially in the red zone. So I lean towards Kittle, feel like he'll get the yards and get you a touchdown. Yo, what up, MVP? Appreciate all of you joining us. Make sure you hit that like button. Once we hit 3,000 likes, we'll do another poll. If you guys like the poll, let us know. We can always do other things. Okay, Goff or Watson. I'm going to lean slightly towards Watson. Goff going up against that Jets defense gets me a little concerned, and it's on the road. Goff has been much better at home and not as good on the road. Devontae Adams or Metcalf. I'll lean slightly towards Metcalf. I think Devontae Adams is going to have a good game against the Patriots, but we just saw that DeAndre Hopkins got limited a bit by that defense of the Pats. So while I think Josh McDaniels will have a few answers for it, I think I lean towards Metcalf just slightly. Is Brian Robinson injured? I don't believe so, but let's check it out. Appreciate all you guys joining us at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and at Sports Fumble on Twitter. He's limited with a quad injury, but he participated in practice, so I have to feel like Brian Robinson. That's a good sign. He's coming off a bye week too, so. Swift or Akers, I'll lean just slightly towards Swift. Kamara, Pollard, Pacheco, or Mixon, pick 3. The 3 I would pick is Kamara, Pollard, and Pacheco. Those are the 3 I'd go with. K9 or Kamara. First time this year I'm saying it, I'd rather go with Kamara. Swift or Akers, Swift. Devontae Adams or Metcalf, Metcalf. Pick 2, K9, Watson, or Montgomery. I'll go with Watson, and I'll go with Montgomery. I'm not crazy about Montgomery, but I prefer him over Kenneth Walker III. Jared Goff or Deshaun Watson, Watson. Appreciate all you guys joining us. Make sure you hit that like button after I answer your question. And of course, follow us at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Goddard or Schultz? I'd go with Schultz this week. I want to see at least 1 week of production from Goddard before I put him back in my lineup. Pick 3, Rachaad White, Zonovan Knight, Chark, Mike Evans, or Equiminius St. Brown. I will go with Zonovan Knight, I'll go with Rachaad White, and I'll go with Mike Evans. Those are the 3 I'll go with. Rashad White or Ayuk, been getting a lot of mixed reviews. I'll lean just slightly towards Rashad White. I think the 49ers run game is what's going to start on Thursday night. And I think Rashad White, at this point, if Tom Brady and the Buccaneers offense is going to go anywhere, they need to morph into what Brady ran with the Patriots, which was rely on that running back out of the backfield who can be another receiver in a lot of quick passing downs or no one's open down the field, so I check it down. So I think Rashad White's probably going to get a lot of those opportunities. Pick 3, Walker, Hopkins, Wilson, or Zeke. Okay, I'm going to go Zeke, I'll go Wilson, and I'll go Hopkins. So I'm fading, you can hear, I'm fading Kenneth Walker III on most of my picks this week. He's going up against such a good run defense. Why would you feel confident in him? Swift or Akers? Swift. Kirk Cousins or Trevor Lawrence? I'm going to lean towards Kirk Cousins right now. Pittman, Olave, Judy, pick 2. This is an easy one for me. I'm going Olave and I'm going Pittman. I'm concerned Jerry Judy doesn't have a legitimate quarterback throwing to him. Aaron Jones or James Conner. Aaron Jones or James Conner. I'll go Aaron Jones. Choose 2, Conner, Pacheco, Knight, White, or Strong. Strong coming out of nowhere to be an interesting choice. I'll definitely go with Pacheco. You got to lock him in. And I'll actually go with Zonovan Knight going up against the Detroit Lions defense. Make sure you hit that like button. Once we hit 3,000 likes, we'll do another quick poll if you guys like doing that. Should I start Kamara or Brian Robinson? I would lean just slightly towards Brian Robinson. I think both will have good games, but I lean slightly towards Robinson. Just make sure he's a full health go. He's limited in practice today, but I think he's going to be fine, but just double check it. DJ Moore or Drake London? Well, Drake London has a rookie quarterback throwing to him. DJ Moore has played much better with Sam Darnold at quarterback for the Panthers, so I'd actually go with DJ Moore. Mike Williams or Amon-Ra St. Brown? I'm definitely liking Mike Williams in that one. Make sure you give us a follow at Fumble Sports and subscribe. Watson, Kirk Cousins, or Goff? I'm going to lean towards Kirk Cousins just slightly over Watson. Make sure you follow us at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and make sure you subscribe. Mike Williams or Amon-Ra St. Brown? Mike Williams. Trade Hill and Monty for Connor, Kamara, Hawkinson. No, see, you're lacking at the running back position, but those aren't running backs that I'm really crazy about, so that's why I wouldn't do that deal. Josh Allen and Diggs in snow. Are they getting snow in Buffalo? One of the best websites, you guys should definitely check it out, whether it's for fantasy or for gambling, is NFLweather.com. That's what I like to use to just check weather. It doesn't just give you weather at kickoff. It gives you weather throughout the entirety of the game, each quarter, so definitely something you guys should check out. I'm not seeing any snow in that forecast for Miami Buffalo. I'm just seeing it a very cold game. So I like Josh Allen. I like Diggs. I think both of them are going to play well against the Miami defense that just got torched. Pick 4, Taylor, Dobbins, Knight, Foreman, Juju, Slayton. Okay, my 4 are going to be Dobbins, Taylor, Knight, and Foreman. Walker, Swift, Knight, pick 2. I'm going to go with Swift and Knight. Appreciate all of you joining us at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Make sure you follow us, and after I hit your answer your question, make sure you hit that like button. Once we hit 3,000 likes, we'll do another poll. Hollywood Brown or Olave? I'm going Olave. Dalvin Cook, Connor or Chubb, start 2. I'll go with Cook. I'm not crazy about Chubb this week, but I'll go with him just because I think he will get a touchdown. Olave or Chark? I'm going Olave. Make sure you're following us at Fumble Sports and hit that subscribe button. Goff, Fields, or Mike White? I'm leaning towards Fields. I heard he was sick. Yeah, someone's going around the league. Dulcich or Dallas Goedert? I need to see Dallas Goedert back for a week before I put him in my lineup. I know Dulcich, he doesn't have a quarterback throwing to him. He's got a backup. But that said, the Cardinals are the worst defense against the tight end in the NFL. You saw it with Hunter Henry last week. So I do think Dulcich is a good play. All right, we hit 3,000 likes. Let's do another poll question. This one has to do with Kirk Cousins. Does Kirk Cousins throw an interception on Saturday, or does he not throw an interception? This is up against the Colts. So does Kirk Cousins throw an interception on Saturday, or does he not throw an interception? Smiley face, let's go with no interception, smiling face, crying face, he throws an interception. What do you guys think? Kirk Cousins, does he throw an interception or no? Smiley face, no. Crying face, smiley face, he doesn't throw an interception. Crying face, he does. Will Kirk Cousins throw an interception on Saturday against the Colts? Smiling face, he's good. He doesn't throw one. Crying face, he throws a pick. Will Kirk Cousins throw an interception at home against the Colts on Saturday is our latest poll question because we hit 3,000 likes. I'm obviously hinting at this. Every time we do a poll, it's related to a pick I'm going to give, a player prop bet that I like. So obviously I'm kind of hinting at something every time we do it. One of the reasons I like to pay off you guys giving us all those likes. So will Kirk Cousins throw an interception? Smiley face if you think he'll be smiling. Crying face if you think he throws a pick. Let us know what you think. This one's kind of a no-brainer clearly for you guys. You guys are all on the Kirk Cousins is going to be happy about this one train. I tend to agree with you. I'll put this out later in the week as one of my favorite player prop bets of the week. But I like Kirk Cousins under an interception, under half an interception rather. That's going off at -160 right now. He's only thrown 2 interceptions at home this season, and the Colts have 5 picks this year. That's the 3rd fewest in the NFL. So I lean just slightly towards Kirk Cousins not throwing a pick. Though, given this game will be in, it's not prime time, but it will be the exclusive game of that time. You know he always shits his pants when that's the case. Fields or Cousins, as you can hear, I feel good about Cousins this week because he's at home in a 1 p.m. game. So for that reason, I lean towards Cousins. Pacheco or Hopkins, can't believe I'm saying it, but I think Pacheco's going to have a really big game this week. Lions winning out, don't quite see that being the case. That said, let's check out what the Lions' schedule is the remainder of the year. So they have the Jets this week, then they're at Carolina, home against the Bears, and then at Green Bay. Wow, there actually is a chance that the Lions could win out. I don't feel like they will. I feel like they're going to stumble one of those remaining 4 games, but there is an outside chance that they do. For the flex, Miles Sanders or Pittman. Everyone's going to talk to you about Pittman going up against a really bad pass defense, but for me, it has to be Sanders going up against the Bears defense that's bad against the run. So Miles Sanders over Pittman for me. Appreciate all of you joining us. Make sure you follow us at Fumble Sports and hit that like button. We've already hit 3,000 likes, so we'll do another. Did we just already hit 3,000 likes after another quick poll? Or no, we did our quick poll for that. What am I saying? Zonovan Knight or Christian Watson? Christian Watson. Yeah, that's what I thought. Thank you, Blease. Appreciate all of you joining us. If you do want us to do another poll, make sure you like us at Fumble Sports. Make sure you subscribe. We'll do another poll once we hit 4,000 likes. Rodgers, Lawrence, or Watson. I'm going to lean just slightly towards Watson. I think Rodgers could have a decent day on Monday night. Lawrence, a decent game against the Cowboys, but it's Watson for me against the Ravens. Thoughts on Zonovan Knight? I think he's going to be a good play, but it really depends about who you're putting him up against in a start-sit situation. Etienne or White? I'm going to lead slightly towards Etienne. Dobbins or Etienne? I'll lead slightly towards Dobbins in that case. Thoughts on Geno? If the Seattle Seahawks are going to win on Thursday Night Football, they're going to need a good effort from Geno. The 49ers are really good against the run, so I don't expect Kenneth Walker III to have a good game. I expect Geno to play decently well. I do think he'll throw 2 touchdowns, 1 to Metcalf, 1 to Lockett. That seems to be a pretty consistent thing at home this year. So I do like Geno in that game just slightly as a play. 1 p.m. Kirk Cousins is a lock. I tend to agree with you, Blease. That seems to be his Super Bowl, and it seems to be where he plays his best. It's like him at Madden, and he lowers the rating to rookie. Watson or Swift? I'll lean just slightly towards Watson. Appreciate all of you joining us at Butt Fumble Sports. Make sure you hit that like button and follow us at Butt Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And of course, subscribe. Dak or Trevor Lawrence? I'll go with Dak. If you have questions for NFL Week 15, whether it's about fantasy football, gambling, player prop bets, anything you need to win. Foreman or Swift? Ooh, that's a tough one for me. I'll lean slightly towards Swift, just slightly. Singletary or White? I'll go with White. Dobbins or McKinnon? That's a really good one. I think I'd go just slightly towards McKinnon, actually. Pacheco or Walker? That one's a no-brainer. I'm going Pacheco. Geno or Fields? I think I lean towards Fields just because of his running ability, just barely. Make sure you follow us at Butt Fumble Sports and subscribe. Lockett or Amon-Ra St. Brown? I would go Lockett in that one. Amon-Ra St. Brown has a really tough matchup going up against Sauce Gardner and the New York Jets. Once I answer your question, make sure you hit that like button. Olave or Godwin? I like Olave this week, actually, Dennis. Walker, Etienne, or Dobbins? Pick two. I'm going to go Etienne and Dobbins, 71 Meerkat. Appreciate all of you joining us at Butt Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Make sure you're following us. We put out content every day about fantasy football, gambling, and rants, so follow more, or follow to get more. Rodgers, Lawrence, or Watson? I'm leaning towards Watson. Foreman or Swift? Did that one. Heineke, Purdy, or Geno? That's an interesting one. I think of that group, I lean slightly towards Geno. I think Heineke could have a decent day, but I think Geno will actually have the better stats because I think Heineke, they're going to be relying on the run game. Dobbins or Walker? I'm going to go Dobbins, Kenny. Dobbins or Etienne? I'm going to go Dobbins, Dan. Swift or Watson? I lean just slightly towards Watson. At Butt Fumble Sports, make sure you're following us at Butt Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And of course, hit that like button. Once we hit 4,000 likes, we'll do another quick poll. Kamara, Christian McCaffrey, J.K. Dobbins, or Chubb? Pick three. Okay, on this one, I'm going to go with Kamara. I'll go with Christian McCaffrey for sure, and I'll go J.K. Dobbins. It's going to be Chubb, who's actually the odd man out in that group. Can't believe I'm saying it, but the Ravens' defense is good against the run. Okay, Billy. Pollard, Mixon, Dobbins, Chubb. On this one, I like Chubb slightly more than I like Mixon, so I'll go Pollard, Dobbins, and Chubb as the three in that group. Geno or Watson? I'll lean just slightly towards Watson. Purdy or Daniel Jones? That's a good question. Let me check some stats. Yeah, I'm going to lean towards Purdy, Ali. I'm going to lean towards Purdy over Daniel Jones. Dak or Deshaun Watson the rest of the season? Probably lean towards Dak, but I'd obviously want to take it game by game. I don't think I'm not big in locking things in. Dak has the Jaguars, Eagles, Titans, and Commanders remaining. He's got a tough matchup against the Eagles, but then he's got a great matchup against the Titans. So I don't think it's necessarily for the rest of the season kind of thing. P. Ryan or McKinnon? You have to go McKinnon this week. Have to. Taylor, Jones, Pollard, Kenneth Walker, bench one. I think the one I'd probably be benching is Kenneth Walker III. Christian Watson or Garrett Wilson? I'm a little concerned. If Mike White is a go, I love Garrett Wilson this week, but if he's not, I'd go with Watson. Kenneth Walker III, Michael Pittman, Christian Watson, or Juju? Out of that group, I'd probably lean slightly towards Watson, but Pittman is right there for me. He's going up against a really bad pass defense. Appreciate all of you guys joining us. Make sure you hit that like button. Once we hit 4,000 likes, we'll do another poll. And of course, follow us at Butt Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Dak or Deshaun Watson? Yeah, okay, we did that one. J.K. Dobbins is back, and he played well last week. Make sure you hit that like button. Once we hit 4,000 likes, we'll do another quick poll. Do you guys ever do this draw word thing? Is that fun? I'm just seeing that. Is that a thing that's worth doing? Slayton or Jawan Jennings with Debo out? I lean slightly towards Slayton. Yeah, new background. Decided to throw up our logo. You can check us out at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Of course, give us a follow. Of course, hit that subscribe button. Definitely appreciate all of your support. You guys are just the best. Everyone who follows us, I shouldn't just say guys. We have an amazing audience of followers. We're over 21,000 followers on TikTok. Just amazing the kind of support we've gotten. We've only been doing this for a couple of months. So a new sports content company. We put out content every day, so make sure you check us out. And we're on TikTok Live quite a lot these days. 49ers against the Hawks or Ravens against the Browns. If you're asking in terms of defense, I think I lean towards the Ravens just because I feel like that game is going to be closer towards the under. DJ Moore, Jacoby Myers. If Jacoby Myers is back from concussion and a full go, I like it. Appreciate you subscribing on YouTube. Make sure you guys subscribe. We appreciate all the support you guys give us. Ayuk, Lockett, Olave, pick 2. I'll go with Lockett and Olave. Garrett Wilson or Zay Jones. I'm not a big rest of the season guy because I think it's about matchups week to week, but Garrett Wilson right now has really turned on the Jets. He has great chemistry with Mike White, so as long as Mike White's healthy, Garrett Wilson right now should probably be a start. I like Zay Jones, but he's still kind of a wide receiver 2 in that Jacksonville Jaguars offense. Hollywood Brown or Christian Watson. You got to go Christian Watson football clips. That's absolutely a no-brainer for me this week. McKinnon, Walker III, or Zonovan Knight at RB2. I would go with McKinnon. He's definitely the play for me, Canes. Dobbins or Foreman. I'm going Dobbins, Bobby. Mixon or Jamal Williams. I'm going Jamal Williams. Make sure you hit that like button. Once we hit 4,000 likes, we'll do another quick poll. And, of course, follow us at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, answering your questions about NFL Week 15, whether it's fantasy questions, game plays, totals, player props, whatever you guys need. Foreman or Juju, I like Foreman. Dobbins, B-Rob, or ETN, I like Dobbins or B-Rob for that one. I'll lean towards Brian Robinson just slightly. Yeah, Jack, I lean just slightly towards Brian Robinson. Dobbins would probably be my number 2. Zeke, Dobbins, Brian Robinson, pick 2. So I'm going Brian Robinson and I'm going Zeke. Those would be my 2. James Conner is him and beat my boy by 40 points. There you go, Jake. Happy to hear it. Zay Jones or Waddle in the snow. Is there going to be some snow? I'm not expecting snow this week. If you want to check out a good website to get all your weather reports, check out NFLweather.com, a good place to get your weather reports. It doesn't just give you kickoff, it gives you all 4 quarters. So in fantasy and gambling, you can get an understanding of what you should be expecting in the weather department. Pick 2, Pacheco, ETN, or White. I'll go Pacheco, and I'll go towards White just slightly. Burkhead or Walker. Wow, hate that. Just hate it. Just hate everything about that, man. Don't like either one, really. I guess I lean towards Burkhead, but wow, I hate it. D-Hop or Williams. Which Williams? At this point, there are enough Williams out there. I don't know which Williams you're talking about. D-Hop has a terrible matchup this week. That's why I'm curious which Williams you're talking about. Really don't like D-Hop. Back up, I think he'll play well with Colt McCoy, but he's going up against the Denver Broncos this week. They're really good against the pass, obviously. Make sure you guys are following us at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and hit that like button. Once we get to 4,000 likes, we'll do another quick poll. Walker or Elijah Moore. Man, I really don't like that one. I'd probably lean towards Elijah Moore as long as Mike White's the starting quarterback for the Jets. Zeke or Brian Robinson. Okay, Zach. I'm going to lean towards Zeke just slightly. Walker or Pacheco. You got to go Pacheco this week. Oh, Mike Williams. Oh, Mike Williams for sure. Mike Williams is a must start this week. He's going to have a monster game. Keenan Allen's going to have a big game. They're playing a Tennessee Titans defense that can't stop a nosebleed in the secondary. Love the passing game of the Chargers this week, whether it's Herbert, the receivers, all of that. Oh, I'm being told there is a snowstorm expected. Where's the snowstorm expected? Curious to know where the weather. So if there is, I'm being told, if there is snow in the Bills-Dolphins game, it will be the first time Tua Tagovailoa is playing in snow in his NFL career. He said apart from spending time in the cold tub last week while the team practiced in LA, he hasn't had much thought about the Saturday conditions. So interesting. What I see on NFLweather.com is mostly cloudy. I'm not seeing snow for that game. You never know, though, if there's any precipitation, it's going to quickly turn into snow given those temperatures. So I do expect Tua to play very poorly in the cold. I don't think he's going to enjoy that. Darren Waller or Dulcich? So Darren Waller, I just heard that they activated him. I'm curious to know what you're going to get out of him. Usually when a player is coming back from injury, I like to give it at least 1 week to see what kind of production they have, see how they're being used. You know, when they come back from injury, you have to think a head coach is going to limit the number of hits they're going to take. Dulcich is playing the worst defense in fantasy against the tight end position. So even though Dulcich has a backup throwing to him, I still think Dulcich is a good play this week up against the Cardinals. Allen or JJ and Chase? Well, I think Keenan Allen's going to have a monster game this week, so that's probably who I'd go with. Goff or Purdy? Not crazy about Goff this week going up against the Jets on the road. He plays worse on the road than he does at home. I lean slightly towards Purdy. I'm not crazy about saying that because Goff has played so well, but this is one in which you have to, kind of strip away a bias and you have to go towards the stats. I lean towards Purdy. My only concern is we haven't seen Purdy play on the road. 49ers, they're making their way up to a tough stadium, tough arena, going up against the 12. So I'm kind of curious to see how Purdy plays, but that said, I'd lean towards him. Schultz or Mark Andrews this week? Oh, that's a no-brainer for me. I got to go Schultz. Eckler, Saquon Barkley, or Kamara? Pick two. So I think Kamara is a must-play. I lean just slightly towards Eckler. He doesn't actually have a good matchup in terms of the Titans are good against the run, but I think Eckler will be involved in the passing game a little bit as well. Montgomery or McLaurin? I'm going Montgomery. Ingram or Schultz? I'll go Schultz. Pick two, Zeke, Saquon, or Dalvin Cook? I'll go Zeke and Dalvin Cook. Zay Jones or Zonovan Knight at the flex? Just barely, I'll go with Zay Jones. Okay then, Brian Robinson, Olave, Lockett, pick two is the final question. Okay, you can ask as many questions as you want. Just make sure you're following us at Fumble Sports and hit that like and subscribe button. Okay, out of picking those two, I'll go with Olave and I'll go with Lockett. Dobbins or McKinnon? I'll go McKinnon. Otten or Akano? I'll go okay over Otten. Appreciate all of you joining us. We hit 4,000 likes, so let's do another quick poll. Appreciate all of you guys joining us. Make sure you're following us at Fumble Sports. Let's do another one around a player prop bet. This one has to do with Josh Allen on Saturday night. Smiley face, 2 passing touchdowns for Josh Allen. Crying face, 1 or less. Let's do a quick poll now around Josh Allen because we hit 4,000 likes. Josh Allen, 2 touchdowns or more. Smiley face, 1 touchdown or less. Crying face. What do you guys think? How will Josh Allen play? Could get some rain, could get some snow. Don't know what we'll see. Josh Allen, 2 touchdowns or more against the Dolphins. Smiley face, yes. Crying face, no. What do you guys think? Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you're following us at Fumble Sports. This poll question, smiley face, 2 touchdowns or more for Josh Allen on Saturday against the Dolphins. Crying face, 1 touchdown or less. Curious to know what you guys think. Then we'll get back to your fantasy football questions in just a moment. But every time we hit another 1,000 likes, we do a quick poll. So smiley face Josh Allen has 2 touchdowns or more through the air. 2 passing touchdowns. Crying face, 1 or less. You guys seem to be all on the side of Josh Allen throwing 2 touchdowns, and I absolutely agree with you. That's actually one of my favorite player prop bets of the week. One of the reasons I did this I like to put out player prop bets and gambling tips to try to help you guys win some money. So hope this one wins for you. But Josh Allen over 1.5 passing touchdowns, you can get that right now at -105. He has at least 2 passing touchdowns in every game he's ever played against the Miami Dolphins. Let me repeat that. Josh Allen has at least 2 passing touchdowns in every game he's ever had against the Miami Dolphins. I can get over 1.5 passing touchdowns at -105. Maybe it's the weather that's having people concerned. I'm not as concerned. I think he hits that. Mike White or Geno Smith. I'm just concerned about Mike White's health. I lean slightly towards Geno Smith for that reason. Mike White or Huntley. For that reason, I lean slightly towards Mike White. Huntley's got his own health issues, and he's got the worst matchup. Kmet or Mark Andrews. I lean slightly towards Cole Kmet, though I'm not crazy about either one right now. Amon-Ra St. Brown or Watson. I'd lean towards Watson right now. Amon-Ra St. Brown has to go up against Sauce Gardner and that Jets defense. I appreciate all of you joining us. Make sure you're following us at Fumble Sports and hit that like button. Once we hit 5,000 likes, we'll do another quick poll. Fields or Burrow come in your playoffs? For me, I'd go with Burrow. We just saw that Tampa Bay defense get destroyed. We're seeing Joe Burrow play well week in, week out. So, Joe Burrow. If I answer your question, make sure you hit the like button. And, of course, follow us and subscribe at Fumble Sports. Will Stevenson play? I don't think he will, Hayden. I have a suspicion he missed practice today. A short week for the Patriots, given they played on Monday night, so not crazy about it. Thank you for the follow, Salvador. Elijah Moore, Chark, and Hollywood. On this one, I'm going to lean towards Elijah Moore as long as Mike White is healthy. If he's not, I would go with DJ Chark. Hollywood, I don't like it at all. Hammer it. That's right, Blease. Appreciate all of you guys joining us at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Follow us and hit that subscribe button. ETN or KA. Is that supposed to be Alvin Kamara and it's AK? If it's Alvin Kamara, it's Alvin Kamara. Who gets more action, AB or Watson? I don't know who AB is. Okay. Brian Robinson or Schultz, double PPR for the tight end position. Oh, then I really like Dalton Schultz. Think he's going to get some good play in that one. Gabe Davis, Fournette, or Zonovan. I like Gabe Davis in that game. Otherwise, it would be Zonovan for me. Choose one, McKinnon, Pacheco, or Dobbins. Wow, tough because we saw how McKinnon and Pacheco kind of split opportunities last week. I lean towards Pacheco because he's become the true RB1 in the running game, but all 3 of those options are going to have good days. McKinnon, Pacheco, Dobbins, all 3 of those, I think that you can't miss with them. I lean towards Pacheco, but I think it's a can't miss for you. Njoku or Kittle, Adam, that's a very similar kind of option. I think both players are going to have a good game. I lean towards Kittle because Njoku's just slightly banged up, a little bit concerned about that. After I answer your question, make sure you hit that like button, and of course, follow us at Fumble Sports. Hit that like button. Once we hit 5,000 likes, we'll do another quick poll. Mike White, B-Rock, or Baker. Who's B-Rock? I don't know who that is. But I lean towards Mike White if he's healthy and can go, Cam. Okay, Amon-Ra St. Brown or Hopkins. On this one, I would go Amon-Ra St. Brown, though I'm not crazy about either one this week. Palmer or Gallup, I'll go Gallup football clips. Even though Palmer's going up against the defense, the difference is for me, Gallup is a wide receiver 2 and Palmer is a wide receiver 3. That's why I make the distinction between the two. Austin Hooper or Hunter Henry. I'll lean slightly towards Hunter Henry, I think. I think I like Hunter Henry more. Oh, you were being funny. I got you, J-Dog. I got you. CeeDee Lamb, Knight, or Watson. I'll go CeeDee Lamb. Make sure you hit that like button and follow us at Fumble Sports. Make sure you subscribe as well. Watson, Zay Jones at the flex. I'll lean slightly towards Watson. Walker or McKinnon. Jess, that's a no-brainer. You got to go McKinnon. Appreciate all of you joining us, answering your fantasy football questions. Such an important week for fantasy football owners. So we're here for every question you may have. But also, if you like to gamble on the NFL, ask us which games we like. We're more than happy to give out picks for you. Is Josh Jacobs matchup proof? Absolutely not. I think this week is a perfect example. He's going up against a good run defense in the Patriots. I think the Patriots are going to want to force Derek Carr to beat them rather than Josh Jacobs. Do you think T.Y. Hilton will help the Cowboys? Not really. I think it's Jerry Jones just loading up on ammunition for the playoffs in case there's an injury. It's kind of like getting a home run hitter or a base stealer for the playoffs in baseball. It's just someone who can make the difference in one game. It would be worth it if he does. Cooper or Latavius Murray at the flex? I'll go with Cooper. Christian Kirk or Lockett? I'll go Lockett just barely. Dobbins or ETN? You got to go Dobbins, Ryder. Tua or the GOAT Purdy? This is a tough one for me. I'm not crazy about Tua going up in that cold. That's the only reason I would go with Purdy. Make sure you hit that like button after I answer your question. And of course, follow and subscribe at Fumble Sports. McKinnon or Peoples-Jones? Got to go McKinnon. D-Hop or Lockett? I'm going Lockett, John. Okay, sit or start Dak or Purdy? I'm going Dak Prescott, Lucas. McKinnon or Peoples-Jones, Kreider, or C. Ryder, depends what it is. I'm going McKinnon. Carr or Goff? Good question. I'll lean slightly towards Carr. Just slightly, Ian. ETN or Mixon? I'm going to go ETN, DJP. Kirk or Fields? I'll lean slightly towards Kirk. Appreciate all of you guys joining us. Make sure you hit that like button and, of course, follow and subscribe at Fumble Sports. Njoku or Goddard? I would go Njoku, Walker. Appreciate all the support you guys show us. We have the best fans around. Make sure you're following and subscribing. Ayuk, Bam at the flex. I'm going to lean towards Bam Knight, Peyton. Juju or Devontae Smith? I'll go with Devontae Smith, Daniel. Do you think McCarthy gets fired if the Cowboys lose in the first round? Unless Jerry Jones has some kind of deal to bring Sean Payton into town, I think McCarthy's job is probably safe until next year. Carr or Brady? I would go with Carr, Junior Crazy. Appreciate all of you joining us. Make sure you follow us and hit that like button. Yeah, return faces. Sorry, I got Crohn's. Lazard or Zay Jones? I'll go with Zay Jones just barely, I think. Brock Purdy or Kirk Cousins or Deshaun Watson? I'm going to lean just slightly towards Kirk Cousins, Rick. Just slightly over Deshaun Watson. And that is because Kirk Cousins, 1 p.m. At home. I feel like, that's when he's Superman. Make sure you're following us at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And hit that like button. Once we hit 5,000 likes, we'll do another quick poll. We've been going for about an hour. We'll keep going. We love answering fantasy football questions. So love the support that we get from you guys. Want to help you win your fantasy games and all of your gambling matches bets this week. Should I start Dak or Watson or Sunday? So Dak's playing on Sunday. Watson's on Saturday. I prefer Dak just slightly. Okay, stronger together. I need flex guys. Debo hurt. I got you. Who should I start? Chuba Hubbard or Elijah Moore? If Mike White's starting for the Jets, I like Elijah Moore. Otherwise, I would go with Chuba Hubbard. Appreciate all of you guys joining us. Make sure you hit that like button and follow us at Fumble Sports. And don't forget to subscribe. ETN or Kamara? I'm going Kamara, Lucas. Geno Fields or Heineke? I'm going to lean just slightly towards Justin Fields because of his running ability. Zeke or Bam? I'm going Zeke, Zach. Tua or Goff? I'll go with Goff, Walker. I'm just concerned about Tua in the cold. Brock Purdy or Kirk Cousins or Deshaun Watson? I answered this a moment ago, Rick. I feel like I like Kirk Cousins in the 1 p.m. game. Appreciate all of you guys joining us. Make sure you follow, hit the like button. Once we hit 5,000 likes, we'll do another quick poll. And of course, make sure you're following and subscribing. Tua Tagovailoa or Geno? I lean towards Geno. Really don't like Tua in the cold this week, Lucas. Knox or Dulcich, Hayden? All right, I lean slightly towards Knox, but he's been kind of streaky this year. Meanwhile, Dulcich has a matchup against the worst defense in the league against tight ends. So while I do think Dulcich has a good game, I have to believe that Knox is starting to turn a corner and that Josh Allen will try and find him. We just hit 5,000 likes, so let's do another quick poll. Let's do this one around. A lot of you guys have a player you guys have been mentioning. It's David Njoku of the Cleveland Browns. He's got a matchup against the Baltimore Ravens this week. So our quick poll question, will David Njoku get 5 receptions or more, 4 receptions or less? This is a player prop bet I have my eye on. So once we answer and once we do the poll, I'll give you my take on it. But for now, David Njoku, smiling face, 5 receptions or more, crying face, 4 receptions or less. That's David Njoku, 5 receptions or more, smiling face, 4 receptions or less, crying face. Let's do this quick poll, see what you guys think. Doing a quick poll around David Njoku. Will he have 5 catches or more? Smiling face, yes. Crying face, no. What do you guys think? I'll give my pick and my player prop bet afterwards. But first, David Njoku, 5 catches or more on Saturday. Smiling face, yes. Crying face, no. Let us know what you guys think. Appreciate all the support. Make sure you hit that like button and follow us at Fumble Sports. The poll we're doing right now, David Njoku of the Cleveland Browns, will he have 5 catches or more on Saturday? Smiling face, yes. Crying face, no. Right now, a lot of you guys believe he will. What do you guys think out there? Smiling face, yes. Crying face, no. David Njoku, 5 catches on Saturday against the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens are a bad defense against the pass, and Njoku has been pretty consistent with Deshaun Watson. What do you guys think? Smiling face, yes. Crying face, no. What's your pick? David Njoku, 5 catches. Poll closes, and you guys have it. I agree with you. David Njoku, I have him getting over 4.5 receptions. Right now, where I bet on the sports book I go to, I'm getting that at plus 135, so I'm getting that at plus money. He has 5 catches or more in 3 of his last 4 games, so definitely a play that I like. If you guys like doing those polls, make sure you hit the like button. We'll do another one when we hit 6,000 likes. Appreciate all of you guys joining us. Make sure you follow and subscribe at Fumble Sports, answering your fantasy questions for a big NFL Week 15. Kenneth Walker III or Pittman? I go with Pittman, J-Mo. Etienne or Pacheco? Wes, this is a no-brainer for me. You got to go Pacheco this week. No-brainer. Olave or McKinnon? I lean just slightly towards McKinnon, Lucas. I think Olave will have a good game. I think McKinnon could have a great game going up against that Texans run defense. Ayuk or Donovan Peoples-Jones? I lean just slightly towards Donovan Peoples-Jones, Nielsen. Bam or Fournette? I'm going with Bam, Adam. Elijah Moore, DJ Moore, or A.J. Dillon? I'll lean slightly towards DJ Moore on this one. Appreciate all of you guys joining us. Make sure you hit that like button and, of course, follow and subscribe. We appreciate the support that we get from you guys. Dak or Fields? I'll go with Dak. Kittle or Goddard? I got to go with Kittle. Think he's going to have a good game. Don't trust Goddard until I can see him on the field for at least 1 week. All right, Danny, as I said, I'd go with Dak over Fields. Bam or Brian Robinson? Zach, I'd go with Brian Robinson. Okay, Jay Gross, 2 of the 4. Knight, Foreman, Harris, or Akers? Is that Najee Harris or Damian Harris? I'm not crazy about Najee Harris this week. I actually really like Damian Harris. I expect him to be back, and with Ramondre Stevenson banged up, that could be a good play. Out of this group, I would go with Knight and Foreman. Palmer or Waddle? On this one, I lean just slightly towards Waddle just because of a wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3 situation, Joey. Hunter Henry, Higbee, Otten, Jeff Driscoll at tight end. I'm going to lean slightly towards Hunter Henry, James. Njoku or Andrews? Marty, I would go with Njoku. Okay, Kyle, pick one. Etienne, White, Harris. If Stevenson is out, yeah, I love Harris if Stevenson is out. So Kyle, Harris would be the one I'd go with. So appreciate the support you guys show us. Make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you're subscribing. And of course, hit that like button. Monty or Pacheco? Eggy Hammy? I got to go with Pacheco. Should I start Tua or Mike White? If Mike White is healthy, it's Mike White for me. Mike Williams or Christian McCaffrey. Chris, this is a no-brainer. You got to go Mike Williams. Mike Williams is going to have a big day. Oh, it's Najee Harris. Not crazy about him this week. Saquon Barkley or Zeke? I'd go Zeke. ETN or Knight, full PPR. For that reason, I go ETN because it's full PPR. So appreciate the support you guys are showing us. Hit that like button. Once we hit 6,000 likes, we'll do another player prop bet poll and answering your fantasy questions. We've been going for about an hour or so right now, but we'll keep going as long as you guys show us the love. Brian Robinson or Bam? I'm going B-Rob, Zach. Olave or Evans? I'm going to go Olave, Lucas. Deshaun Watson or Geno? I would go Deshaun Watson, Julian. Hot take, Buccaneers will win the Super Bowl. All right, a Patriots fan who clearly loves Tom Brady is letting us know how he feels about the NFC. I don't see it. I think they're going to lose in the first round to the Cowboys. Okay, Tyler, I'm picking two. Kenneth Walker III, Mike Evans, Deontay, B-Rob, Jeff Wilson. I got you. Okay, Jeff Wilson, I'm concerned after the injury. I would go with Brian Robinson, and I would go with Mike Evans. Okay, Junior Crazy, Deontay or Chris Moore. I'm going to lean towards Deontay. Okay, Chris, Deshaun Watson or Trevor Lawrence. I'll lean towards Trevor Lawrence. I'm concerned about that Cowboys secondary. They may get pressure on him, but I think he could attack. They've got a lot of injuries back there. Pollard or Chubb. All right, soccer boy, you got to go with Pollard this week. No brainer for me. James Cook, Isaiah Hodgins or Palmer. I'll go with Palmer on that one. Saquon or Zeke. I'm going Zeke, Carlos. Deontay Johnson, DPJ or Donovan Hopkins. I'm going Donovan Peoples-Jones, Zach. After I answer your question, make sure you hit that like button and, of course, follow and subscribe at Fumble Sports. Yeah, plenty of Brady lovers out there. Walker, Montgomery, or McKinnon. I would say McKinnon, Mitchell. Okay, Flacco. Sanders, McKinnon, Chubb, Dalvin Cook, Jones, Eckler. Pick two. Okay, the two I would go with out of that group is Sanders and McKinnon. Dalvin Cook being the third. Burrow or anyone. Yeah, Burrow's going to have a good game this week against a Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense that got blown up last week. Make sure you hit that like button. Once we hit 6,000 likes, we'll do another player prop bet poll. I give you guys the question, and then I answer it with my pick for the player prop bet afterwards. And make sure you're following us and subscribing at Fumble Sports. We so appreciate the support we get from you guys. You guys are the absolute best. Ayuk or Pacheco? Jake, you have to go with Pacheco. Thank you for following, Chris. Appreciate the support. DJ Moore or Chris Moore? I'd go DJ Moore. Okay, so pick two. Mike Evans, Nick Collins, or Elijah Moore. I'm going to lean towards Mike Evans and Elijah Moore as long as Mike White is healthy. Mitchell, between Walker, Montgomery, and McKinnon, you got to go with McKinnon. So appreciate the support. We've hit 6,000 likes. You guys are the absolute best. So, Zach, you're right. Let me get a poll. So appreciate the support you guys are showing us. Let's do another quick poll. And this is going to be around another player prop bet. A lot of you guys have been talking about this player, so I'll bring him up. J.K. Dobbins. Will J.K. Dobbins have 54 rushing yards? Smiley face yes, crying face no. Will J.K. Dobbins have 54 rushing yards or more? Smiling face yes, crying face no. Let's see what you guys think in a quick poll. J.K. Dobbins, 54 rushing yards, yes or no? What do you guys think? He's going up against the Cleveland Browns defense. J.K. Dobbins, 54 rushing yards. Smiley face yes, crying face no. What do you guys think? We hit 6,000 likes. Every time we do a poll. So what do you guys think? J.K. Dobbins, 54 rushing yards. Yes? Smiley face, no, crying face. What do you guys think out there? Talking some NFL Week 15 fantasy football, doing a quick poll because we hit 6,000 likes. J.K. Dobbins, smiley face, over 54 rushing yards. Crying face, under 54 rushing yards. Clearly, this isn't as popular a poll as our Josh Allen one. We'll continue to see what you guys like. At Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Look like you guys agree with me. I like J.K. Dobbins over 54 rushing yards. I'm getting that at minus 115 on the sports book I go to. Make sure you're following us and hit that subscribe button at Fumble Sports. What's up, Raiders? Kirk Cousins or Walker? I like Kirk. Or that's Christian Kirk, Jacob. My bad. I like Christian Kirk more. Aaron Jones, Kamara, Saquon Barkley, or Garrett Wilson, 3 spots. Okay, for those 3 spots, I'll go Kamara. I'll go Wilson as long as Mike White is playing. And I'll go Aaron Jones. Knight, Jacoby Myers, or Cooks? I'll go Jacoby Myers. Josh Allen, Dak, or Fields? I'll go Josh Allen, even with the snow. That said, if there is snow, that said, I like Dak number 2. Agumbawale, I wouldn't start him. Just too much risk for me. Make sure you're following us at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Once we hit 7,000 likes, we'll do another poll. If you guys subscribe, make sure you're hitting that subscribe and like button at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Aaron Jones or James Conner? Aaron Jones. Should I start Zeke or Pacheco? Believe it or not, I would go with Pacheco, Greedy Williams. Aaron Jones or Conner? I'm going Aaron Jones. Pick 3. Okay, Drew, Fournette, Rashad White, Gus, Jerick McKinnon. Okay, I go McKinnon, Gibson, and I lean towards Rashad White right now. Kenneth Walker, T. Higgins, McLaurin, pick 2. I'd go Higgins and McLaurin, Jackson. Zeke, Pollard, Schultz. Good idea? Yes, it is. Like all 3 of them. Commanders defense or Panthers defense? I'll go with the Panthers defense just slightly. So appreciate the support you guys are showing us at Fumble Sports. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Make sure you're subscribing and make sure you're following. So appreciate the support we get. Once again, we hit another 7,000. You guys are just amazing. So let's do another poll question. We like to do these around player prop bets, but I will do one around games this week. Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming off a really ugly game. Cincinnati Bengals impressed last week. Do the Cincinnati Bengals cover 3.5 points against the Buccaneers? Smiley face yes, crying face no. Let us know what you think for this poll. Do the Cincinnati Bengals cover 3.5 points on the road in Tampa Bay? Smiley face yes, crying face no. Let us know what you guys think. Do the Cincinnati Bengals cover 3.5 points on the road against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Smiling face yes, crying face no. Every time we hit another 1,000 likes, we do a quick poll. The quick poll for our 7,000 likes. Do the Cincinnati Bengals cover 3.5 points against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Smiling face yes, crying face no. Man, a lot of you guys like the Bengals. Any Buccaneers fans out there? Do you guys think the Bucs are going to be able to cover? I don't think so. It looks like Bengals are the favorite in this one, not just on in Vegas or elsewhere, but also on this TikTok Live. Smiling face yes, crying face no. Bengals cover 3.5 points against the Buccaneers. Appreciate all the support you guys show us. Make sure you're following us. Make sure you're subscribing. We're going to be doing a lot of TikTok Lives, not just this week, but next week as we go through the NFL playoffs, the fantasy football playoffs. When we hit playoffs for the NFL, we'll do a plenty of TikTok Lives as well. But we're going to be answering all of your fantasy football questions, so make sure you're hitting that like button, make sure you're following us, and of course, subscribe. Palmer, Murray, or J.K. or Zay Jones? I like J.K. Dobbins. Joey Burrow, yeah, we feel really good about him this week. Start 2. Mike Williams, Olave, or Garrett Wilson? For me, you got to go Mike Williams and Olave. You guys are absolutely amazing. I see you guys hitting up that like button, trying to get us to another player prop bet poll. We'll do that in just a second if you guys get us to 8,000 likes. Watson or Goff? I go with Watson, Papa. Make sure you're following us at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. We're closing in on another player prop bet poll. I love the support you guys show us. So certainly really grateful for all of it. We hit 8,000 likes. You guys are just amazing. So appreciate the support. Make sure you're following us and make sure you're giving us a like. We'll do another we'll do another gambling prop bet on this one. How about that? Okay, Patriots traveling to the Las Vegas Raiders tomorrow night. What am I saying? Patriots traveling to the Raiders on Sunday afternoon. Do the Raiders win or do the Patriots win? This is a 1-point favorite in favor of the Patriots, so almost a pick 'em, could go either way. Hearing that Darren Waller and Hunter Renfrow could both be back for the Raiders. So the quick poll we're going to do for our 8,000 likes, Patriots, smiley face, Raiders, crying face. Which team do you think wins? Let's do a quick poll. Smiling face Patriots, crying face Raiders. Which team wins this week? Smiling face Patriots, crying face Raiders. Which team's going to win this week? Make sure you're following us at Fumble Sports. The quick poll that we're doing, smiling face Patriots, crying face Raiders. Which team wins this week? Let us know what you guys think. This one's neck and neck. Smiling face Patriots, crying face Raiders. Let us know what you guys think. Answer our quick poll. Which team wins this week? Smiling face Patriots, crying face Raiders. Make sure you're following us as well at Fumble Sports. Smiling face Patriots, crying face Raiders. Which team wins in NFL Week 15? We'll get back to answering fantasy questions in just a second, but our quick poll, smiling face Patriots, crying face Raiders, which team wins this week? Who do you think is going to get the better of it? McDaniels or Belichick? Smiling face Patriots, crying face Raiders. Who wins this week? Coming down to the wire. And it looks like you guys like the Raiders this week. Interesting. We will have a pick for you on that one as we get later in the week. But the Fumble Sports pick for that game is the under. I love the under in that game. Let's get back to answering your fantasy football questions. Make sure you're following us. Make sure you're subscribing and hit that like button. Okay, Wells, DK or Christian Watson? I lean just slightly towards DK, just slightly. Ritter or Geno? You got to go Geno, Brandon. We really don't know what we're getting from Ritter, and he's going on the road to New Orleans. Okay, bad captain. Njoku or Goddard? I'd go Njoku. I just need to see a week of Goddard before I put him in my lineup. Okay, Ali, I'm starting Tyreek Hill, D-Hop, Jamar Chase is my flex. Do you think it's a good team for the playoffs? Yeah. The only one I don't like is D-Hop. Carr or Purdy or Smith, which QB? Of that group, I'd probably lean just slightly towards Carr if he's getting Waller and Hunter Renfrow back, actually, with Smith being number 2. Appreciate all the support you guys show us. Make sure you're following us at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. ETN bounce back? No, I think he's going to have a tough game. Think he could have decent yards in the receiving game, but think it could be tough in the running game. Appreciate all the support you guys show us. Make sure you're following us at Fumble Sports. Swift or Williams? I'll go Swift this week. Make sure you're giving us a follow at Fumble Sports and hit that subscribe button. D-Hop or Palmer? I would go D-Hop even though it's a bad matchup. Tua, Kirk, or Rodgers? I'll go Kirk. We hit 9,000 likes. You guys are just amazing. The support you guys show us is absolutely incredible. So appreciate the support. We'll do another quick poll because I know that's why you guys are hitting the like button in the way that you are. So appreciate it. Please continue to follow us and subscribe at Fumble Sports. Let's do a quick poll. This is an easy one. Who's going to win the game? Giants, smiley face, Commanders, crying face. Who's going to win this big matchup in the NFC East? New York Giants, smiling face, Commanders, crying face. Which team wins? Doing another quick poll. Which team wins on Sunday Night Football? Smiling face, Giants, crying face, Washington Commanders. Which team do you think is going to win on Sunday Night Football? The New York Football Giants, smiling face, crying face, Washington Commanders. Curious to know what you guys think out there. Make sure you're following us. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Appreciate all the support you guys show us. Smiling face, Giants, crying face, Washington Commanders. Which team do you think is going to win on Sunday? Smiling face, New York Football Giants, crying face, Washington Commanders. Just doing a quick poll because we hit 9,000 likes. At Fumble Sports, make sure you're following us. Which team's going to win on Sunday? Smiling face, New York Giants, crying face, Washington Commanders. Which team's going to win? Smiling face, New York Giants, crying face, Washington Commanders. And you guys think it's going to be the Washington Commanders. I agree with you. I got Commanders on the money line. All right, let's answer more of your fantasy football questions. I'm not crazy about Driscoll. Ingram or Freiermuth? I like Freiermuth, as long as he's healthy. Make sure you're following us at Fumble Sports and hit that subscribe button. Of course, hit that like button too. Knox or Goddard? I'm going to go Knox. Ingram or Freiermuth? Freiermuth. Dalvin Cook or Miles Sanders? I go Miles Sanders. Mike Evans, Christian Watson, or Juju? I lean slightly towards Mike Evans. Make sure you're following us at Fumble Sports and hit that like button. Curtis Samuel or Michael Gallup? I'll go Michael Gallup. Cook or Sanders? Sanders. Connor or D-Hop? Ooh, that's a tough one. I'll lean slightly towards D-Hop. Appreciate all the support you guys show us at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and on YouTube. Here, I've never done this before, so let's see. Let's do a draw and guess. Draw words and viewers to guess. Okay, let's try this. Can I change it? I can change it. Okay. Trying this new thing. Okay, let's do. Okay, how do I do this? Do I do fresh? Trying to see if it works. I don't know if I don't. I'm trying something new. Yeah, it's freshman. You guys, you got it. Okay, clearly that sucks. Clearly that's terrible. Appreciate all you guys joining us. Let's just go back to what we were doing before and answering some of your fantasy questions. Taylor Heineke or Matt Ryan? I'm going to lean slightly towards Matt Ryan. Start two at the wide receiver combo: Pittman, Zay Jones, Chark, Deontay Johnson, Hawkinson. So I'm going to start Zay Jones and I'll start Hawkinson. Elijah Moore or Slayton? I'll go Elijah Moore if Mike White is healthy. Yeah, let's get rid of this. Oh, it got rid of the green screen image. Okay. I think we have it back. Hopkins or Wilson? I'll lean slightly towards Wilson as long as Mike White is healthy. Is Goddard a good start this week? I don't think so. I like to have 1 week of seeing him perform. We're closing in on an hour and a half of doing this, so I think we're going to close up in just a few minutes. So definitely give us a follow at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Doing it for just a few more minutes. Brady or Goff? I'll lean slightly towards Brady. Hopkins or Wilson? Like I said, Wilson as long as Mike White is starting. Mike Williams is a must start for me this week. I'd also start Devontae Smith in that group. Mike Williams and Devontae Smith. Appreciate all of you guys joining us. I think we're going to close up now. Make sure you give us a follow at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Make sure you subscribe and follow us so you know every time we go live this week. I'm going to be on TikTok Live a bunch this week, helping fantasy owners, answering fantasy football questions. So make sure you're following us at Fumble Sports on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. We're going to answer all of your questions this week. Don't worry about it. Ali, just hit me up. I'm more than available. We can answer all of your questions. Follow us, subscribe. You can always ask questions, whether I'm on live or not. But if you follow and subscribe, you'll know when I jump on these chats. We go for at least an hour and a half, 2 hours almost every time. So make sure you're following us. I may jump on even later tonight. It's just about how life is going at the moment. But make sure you follow us, subscribe. That way you'll never miss an opportunity when I jump on. I'll give you gambling picks, player prop bets, totals to play, and of course answer your fantasy football questions. So if you never want to miss one of these opportunities to ask me questions or engage with us, follow us and subscribe at Fumble Sports. We put out content every day, so also you'll get, when you follow and subscribe, you'll get access to our content, fantasy football content, gambling content, and my rants. And I've got some great rants, so you got to check those out as well. Make sure you're following us at Fumble Sports, and make sure you're subscribing. We'll be back in a little bit, but for now, appreciate you joining us.